Good morning. Let's have a look at yesterday. Apologies for the fan. It's mounted on the ceiling, so I can't do anything about it. Hopefully it won't capture on the microphone. Well, this was a disappointment of the night. You can see for Stuttgart had to score next after Porto scored first. Did all the right things. 20 total shots. 11 corners, stacked it up completely, but then yet another 2-0. So this is something I'm going to have to address. The simplest option is both teams to score no or to back 2-0 in the correct score market. Now, you don't have to cover your whole liability. You could cover a half, or you could cover 3/4 of your liability. But this has to be addressed. 2-0 scoreline, because it's a scuppering scoreline when you've taken on the Porto lead. And it was right. I would have done this 10 times out of 10, I'm afraid, given what I had with the in-play stats. An utter solid response from Stuttgart on all metrics. Just got done by a second goal. Froholt. Risks attached, I suppose, with Porto, given the fact they've been so hard to beat domestically of late. Elsewhere, let's have a look. Any others from last night? A few red cards yesterday. This was the most profitable one. Lyon red card, Celta Vigo taking advantage quite comfortably. Midland and Forest, well, we missed that by millimetres. An opening goal. I think it was scored first half. I did give it a mention. I did give half time a mention to Wi-Fi issues here. I don't know if the messages got to you. So a bit just disappointing if it didn't get to you, because a 0-1 before half time. Roma and Bologna, well, we got the equaliser for Roma. That was the important thing. If you stuck with it, it was a match where Bologna started finding their goal scoring again in this competition. But the 0-1 to 1-1 was the main angle there yesterday. Real Betis, too good for Panathinaikos. This was a banker of the day as well. And there's that Porto match. With Stuttgart, were very, very solid. But it's yet another reminder to us, 2.5, the favourite. They're not bankers, are they, Stuttgart, today? Looking at the Conference League, Crystal Palace found a second goal. So it'll probably be a national holiday now after that. It's the first time in a while. AK Larnaca equalising. Awful stuff for Palace at the moment. Totally and utterly untrustworthy in that forward line. 2 0-0s followed by this. Mainz, solid against Sigma Olomouc. Nothing much else. Strasbourg did get the equaliser late on. And Besiktas, banker bets, delivering with a 2-0 before half-time. No real trading angle there, alas. So let's have a look on to today. Well, Vejla to start off with, they're going to test the over 2.5 goal metrics. 1-1 last match. Goal first half, 70th minute goal second half. Would have produced an over 2.5 goal play. Bournemouth and Manchester United. Let's have a look. 3 0-0s in 4 matches is the concern for traders this evening for Bournemouth, Man United. It's the reason I didn't lay the draw last match, despite the fact they were playing Burnley. Just that 0-0 pattern for Bournemouth. But Manchester United are looking robust in attack. Only 2 defeats as well since the 21st of December have come against Champions League sides Aston Villa and I think Liverpool. No, Newcastle. So Man United are a tough nut to crack. 2.1 the favourite tells you it's a lukewarm. Bournemouth's unbeaten run is going to make them a tough nut to crack as well. Preston against Stoke, the first thing to look at is motivating factors. Preston against Stoke. Where are Preston? Mid-table, 10 points above the relegation zone, on the cusp of the 50 points with a win, but becoming increasingly adrift of the top 6. So time is running out. Stoke, 54 points with a win, will get within 6 points of a top 6 berth. The matches are running out for these two. The opportunities are running out for these two. And my patience is running out with 2.5, the favourite matches. Give that one a wide berth, readability-wise. Not on the radar at all this evening. Manchester United and Bournemouth, it's a tricky one as well with that unbeaten run. Looking at Lens against Angers, this is an opportunity for Lens to get back to winning ways and mount an increasingly unlikely title attack against PSG. That loss last match was very poor against Lorient. Loss there against Monaco saw Lens lead 2-0. So they seem to be sabotaging themselves somehow. But this looks like banker material. With 3 goals scored in the last 3 at home, Lens, I would be trusting them as my solitary bankers so far. Well, along with Vegler's hope for goals. French Ligue 2. Bonjour, Rodders. A bonnet de douche. A bonnet de douche. Let's have a look at this one. Amiens and Le Mans. Well, Le Mans, 50-point barrier with a win. They won't be second on the goal difference, but they will be equal points with Saint-Etienne and will have the automatic promotions in their sights. Amiens, well, we can't see them in the top 14, so they must be in a spot of bother. They're in the last relegation place. A win today will keep them there, but they will be within 1 point of Nancy. So it's an important must-win for both of these two. It's starred not as a banker, but as a match with a good story. Bologna and Nancy, well, we've seen where Nancy are already, just above the relegation zone, so they know what they have to do. Bologna are 10 points above the relegation zone. So relegation 6-pointer-ish, less worrisome for Bologna. Everything needed for Nancy. Clermont and Red Star. Clermont, another relegation 6-pointer for them. Red Star find themselves in 4th place and will remain 4th with a win. They must win. Reims are waiting in the wings. Rodez especially waiting in the wings. Montpellier can catch them as well. So Red Star have the invaders coming. They can't get into that 3rd place today, but they can increase the gap between themselves and the chasing pack, the peloton. 2.5 the favourite tells you it's a worrisome match. A bit like that Porto Stuttgart yesterday. That 2.5 the favourite. Another one, 2.3, 2.5, 2.5. It's not a very appealing coupon on paper, is it? So just be wary with these odds. Could be any old scoreline. Power on 38. Montpellier, well, they've got work to do. 3 points and it's 44. So that certainly will get a look in. Talk about motivation. I do like the motivation factor of the playoff push. Rodez against Bastia. Rodez, again, another team searching on 43 for a booster, 46. So that one again will get my interest. Bastia, where are you, you Bastias? Right at the bottom there. So this presents an ideal opportunity. Despite the market not fancying them at all, presents a great opportunity for Rodez against bottom of the table. So that will certainly be looked at later on. These aren't bankers. The only banker so far is Lens. Leipzig and the Hoff. Well, let's have a look at Leipzig and the Hoff. I haven't researched it because it's a bit of a derby style match, this one. Well, not fancy, they don't tend to produce yet. The Hoff, do note the odds. It's very important with the Hoff. When they're priced to win, they tend to win. When they're priced as outsiders, we tend to see that outsider performance. So just be careful of that. A couple of 2-2s recently for Leipzig, but they're scoring 2 goals at home. For me, it's a bit too much of a derby-style match. These two could be very well matched. Both teams are scoring in recent matches. Scored in the last 13 at home, Leipzig. Let's have a look at the challenge table. They do look a little robust, don't they? But they win it. They lose intermittently. Bayern Munich, Leverkusen and Mainz. The mighty Hoff, though, 3 defeats against the top 2, but away from home have been pretty rock solid, haven't they? 1.85 the favourite. You can't discount that away form, but the market for me, when it speaks for Leipzig, for the Hoff, they tend to win. When they're not favourite, they don't tend to win. That would be the general rule there. Bundesliga 2. Let's have a look at Hanover, Braunschweig, Karlsruhe, Greuther Fürth. Hanover on 46. Important 3 points for them. Take them to 49. This is crucial. And they're priced to win as well. So they could have banker material written all over them today. Karlsruhe and Greuther Fürth. Greuther Fürth just above the relegation zone in a spot of bother. Karlsruhe can't make up their mind whether to be relegated or promoted. Right bang smack in the middle. They are some 8 points above the relegation zone, and they are some 14 away to the top 3. It's a harsh league to get out of. So for me, Hanover's match has the right profile, must win at home and fancy too. Irish First Division and Premier Division. Well, we did have a St. Pat's trade last week. Keep an eye on them today. It's not a league I want to start researching, but we've got 4 out of 4 odds on favourites in the Premier Division. And in the First Division, it's looking a little trickier. 2.4, 2.35, 2.2 the favourite. 1.54 Cork City away as well. Watching brief for that, but I will just have a cursory glance at St. Pat's. They did deliver from behind a couple of weeks ago. Cagliari and Napoli. This is defence against attack. Second with a win for Napoli. Cagliari poor against the top 5. This looks about right. The thing about Cagliari, they can strangle the life out of their opponents, so watch out for a defensively stout performance. Genoa and Udinese, well, 2.15 the favourite, makes little appeal. 3-3-2, 3-2 goals scored at home recently for Genoa. The market remains unaffected. So, tricky one. Market don't fancy them, but Genoa have 2+ goals in them at home. That could see them right here this evening. 2.6 the favourite. I'll give that one a wide berth. Eredivisie, all about goals for me this league. Over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score. But have a quick look, because we'll probably be trading this league. Cambuur will remain second with a win, looking increasingly clearer of third place. Young AZ, where are they? There's no relegation zones to worry about, so I don't know whether there's going to be a motivating factor for Young AZ. Not sure how this relegation element works. Emmen against so I think the major focus, therefore, without a relegation fight, will be on teams in the top 8. I think that would be the best thing for us to do. Young PSV need a win. Take them to 53. Just to upgrade to third place, but they must remain within 3rd to 8th now, with the top 2 looking increasingly adrift or harder to catch. Almere, 6th place. It's Young Ajax. Where are they? Can't see them. Roda, clinging on for dear life, will remain 8th regardless of what happens. But they're odds on at home, and they've got the playoff places, so that could be an interesting match for me. Helmond, I don't know if there's a relegation fight, as I say. So Roda looks good. None others there. Young Utrecht not playing. Dordrecht, no. Dordrecht just outside. Must win, really. Even though they won't get into the top 8, Dordrecht must do something today, just to keep Roda, who are odds on at home, at bay. So those two have an interesting story about them, that's for sure. Scottish Championship, it's the big two clashing, so it's too tough to call. Top two in the Scottish Championship, 2.15 the favourite. Tricky old coupon. The Yellow Submarine are playing Real Sociedad. 100% wins at home against 9th and lower, I believe. SerieA playing at 8th today. Or was it 8th and lower, playing 7th today? So arguably, Sociedad just in that no man's land between Villarreal's 100% win record and their underperformances against the top 6. On that form, going to be very tough to beat, aren't they, the Yellow Submarine at home. So that's it for me today. I think I'm going to have to do some meditation in a Buddhist temple about this 2-0 when we're getting involved. It's going to have to become part of the trade, I believe. 2-0 and 3-1 are the killer scorelines. 2-0 is coverable. I think, as I said earlier, you don't need full stake. You can back 2-0 or you can back both teams to score no. And that covers the 2-0 scoreline as well. It's just the Porto match. It was a match, as I say, I would have played 10 times out of 10. Porto and Stuttgart, because Stuttgart had to win on aggregate. That's where I was basing my angle in. That's why I went match odds about Stuttgart. But got to cover that errant 2-0 somehow. So I'm going to have a think. The first thing to do is ask ChatGPT or AI to give me variations of markets which will cover a 2-0 scoreline. That will be the first thing. Under 2.5 goals, of course, covers it. Both teams to score no. Backing 2-0. Laying any other score as well. Anything that can get us that hedge against that 2-0. So any ideas yourself, leave them in the comments. Have a great day today. You might hear from me later on, but it is my day off. I'm absolutely exhausted, to be honest. I'm sleeping on a concrete floor. I need to get a mattress. I'm in a little bolt hole down in Chatham in order to do my retirement visa. I'm heading off to the beach now for a coffee because I don't have a fridge. So it's all gone Pete Tong for me down in Chatham. Have to see if some nice local neighbours have a fridge for me. Have a great day. It's an okay enough coupon this evening. Live chat tomorrow. I'm going to have to double check on that because I've got neighbours very, very close next to me, and don't forget the 7-hour time difference means I'm starting my live stream at 9:30 p.m. Normally about 2.5 hours, so that'll finish at midnight. So maybe if I close all the doors, I can ensure that I can do a live stream for you without disturbing the neighbours. It gets very, very quiet here at night. Have a great day. I'll see you again tomorrow.